Supreme Court nullifies National Lottery Act. Darkness lingers in Niger Delta as vandals destroy TCN's facilities. Lagos Task Force dislodges traders from Ikotu BRT station, arrests 9. On the foreign scene, United Kingdom to comply with ICC's legal obligations over Netanyahu's arrest. Hello, good evening and welcome to Trust TV's News Update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us. Now, the Supreme Court has nullified the National Lottery Act 2005 enacted by the National Assembly. In a unanimous judgment read by Justice Mohammed Idris, the Apex Court held that the National Assembly lacked the powers to legislate on issues relating to lottery and games of chance. The court held that such powers only reside with the State Houses of Assembly, which possess exclusive jurisdiction over lottery and games of chance. Justice Idris ordered that the National Lottery Act 2005 should no longer be enforced in all states except the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), in respect of which the National Assembly is empowered to make laws. The suit was filed in 2008 by the Attorney General of Lagos State against the federal government in respect of who controls and regulates the gaming and lottery sector. Ekiti State was joined as co-plaintiff in the suit following an order of the court made on October 6, 2020. Subsequently, Attorneys General of 34 other states were adjourned as defendants by the Supreme Court on November 15, 2022. Justice Ekirete Akpan of the Federal High Court Abuja has ordered that the 109 foreigners linked to high-level cyber crimes, hacking and activities threatening national security be remanded in Kuje and Suleja correctional facilities until the next adjourned date. Justice Akpan gave the order based on the request by the counsel for the defendants on grounds that the police facility where they were being kept wasn't conducive for the number of suspects. The suspect's arraignment was also stalled due to issues of misrepresentation of names of the suspects on the charge sheet and issues of counsel representation. Counsel to some of the defendants, Ugo Onoja, told the court that there was need to have interpreters who will be present in court during proceedings for the sake of those who do not understand spoken English. Counsel to the Brazilian defendants, Eric Oba, also asked the court to separate his clients from other defendants, but the court declined, noting that arraignment had not been done. After listening to the submission of the lawyers in the suit, the trial judge adjourned the case on November 29 for arraignment. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has once again postponed its National Executive Committee NEC meeting that was originally set for November 28. The announcement was contained in a public notice signed by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyang, in Abuja. He explained that the decision was made to allow party leaders to attend the funeral of the late First Lady of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Mrs. Patience Umueno, which is scheduled to take place from November 27 to 29, 2024. Earlier, it was moved to October 2nd before it was shifted to November 28. The Aliero Consultative Forum and the League of Northern Democrats say the challenges such as poverty, insecurity, illiteracy, religious intolerance, disunity and diminishing political influence facing the northern region require urgent action. According to the groups, though the North is presently in an ugly situation, with commitment, collaboration and the shared vision for more, the situation is reversible. Here's the report.
Speaking during a collaboration meeting between the Aliero Consultative Forum and the League of Northern Democrats, Senator Ibrahim Shekarau says he is convinced that it is the spirit of duty that has brought in the collaboration. Represented by the former Minister of Transport Ibrahim Bayo, Shekarau says the League of Northern Democrats brings fresh perspectives, innovative strategies, and a renewed commitment to advancing the interests of the northern region.
This coalition that we are seeking for is more than symbolic. It is a practical step towards building a cohesive north that can reclaim its rightful position as a zone of first influence in Nigeria, in Nigeria's political and power dynamics. League of Northern Democracy, practical understanding of the power dynamics of Nigeria's political landscape, its aim to reposition the North as a unified and decisive player.
I remember I was here in 2015 and I addressed this gathering with regards to the politics of 2015 and Buhari's presidency. I know the views that they are expressed. At the end of the day, our position supervene. Why won't? Let us wait. Please.
Fielding question from newsmen, the spokesperson of the two groups said these are challenging times that require collaboration to address the challenges facing the region.
I think the outcome of today's meeting has sent a message loud and clear to the rest of the country that the North that is seen to be in the minds of others erroneously fragmented politically and socially, the North is intact, the North is coming together.
We are the foremost socio-cultural organization in the North. We are interested in politics, but we are not partisan. Our interest is the North. And the League of Northern Democrats align with our objective. We align with their objectives, mission, and vision. And this vision is to see a united North. And today marks the beginning of this collaboration. Anybody who thinks we are fragmented, we are divided, is on a quixotic mission. We will remain together. And today is telling you all you need to know about our purpose and our result.
The meeting comes barely 24 hours after National Executive Council meeting of the Aliero Consultative Forum in Kaduna. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
The transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, says its Awada Yenagoa 132 kV line, which is currently under repair due to previous vandalism, was again targeted by vandals on Tuesday. In a statement released by its spokesperson, Ndidimba, on Friday, the TCN said the attack, which affected towers 29 to 31, resulted in the theft of approximately one-third of the conductor. The statement said a team of TCN engineers led by Emmanuel Akpa, the general manager of the Port Harcourt region, has conducted an inspection of the site. To prevent further theft while repair arrangements are being made, TCN said local security personnel have been engaged at Ulaikata in Awada East local government area to secure the site until repairs are completed. Earlier in November, vandals also attacked transmission towers in the Okada and Ofosu communities along the 330 kV Benin Egbe and Benin Omotosho transmission lines. The magistrate court in Sokoto State has sentenced one Dahiru Ibrahim and 4 others to 7 years imprisonment each for vandalism and theft of a 50 kVA distribution transformer and other power supply infrastructure in Wunjin Sarabo area of the Sokoto metropolis. A statement signed by the head of corporate communications of the Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company, Abdulaziz Abdullahi, said the 5 accused persons were arrested by men of the Sokoto State Police Command after the distribution substation located at Wunjin Sarabo area of Sokoto metropolis was vandalized. The Chief Magistrate Isa Idris Marafa, while delivering judgment, noted that Dahiru Ibrahim, the principal culprit, and his co-conspirators were charged and convicted of criminal conspiracy, mischief, and theft, contrary to sections 60, 323, and 275 of the Sokoto State Penal Code Law of 2019. Abdulaziz Abdullahi described the verdict as a victory to decency and the collective resolve of all stakeholders to fight vandalism of power supply infrastructure in the company's franchise. He commended both the Sokoto State Police Command and the judiciary for diligent investigation and prosecution, as well as the courage to impose the punishment which will serve as deterrent to others. Troops of the Nigerian army have killed the notorious terrorist commander Munziru Yar Audu in Yobe State, as well as 114 others through well-executed operations across the country. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, disclosed this on Thursday during a press briefing in Abuja. Buba said troops were also actively targeting terrorist logistics bases and other structures that have affiliations with terror groups, stressing that efforts had been placed to dismantle their capabilities as well as destroy the networks of the terror groups. He informed during the week under review, troops neutralized 115, arrested 238 and rescued 138 kidnapped hostages. Buba added that in the northeast, troops of Operation Hadinkai killed 61 terrorists, apprehended 34 suspects, and rescued 32 kidnapped hostages within the week. According to him, troops of Operation Safe Haven and World Stroke killed 18 violent extremists, captured 48 persons, and rescued 48 kidnapped hostages in the North Central. He noted that troops of Operation Hadarin Daji killed 28 terrorists, apprehended 77 others, and rescued 57 kidnapped hostages during military operations in the Northwest. The senator representing Kebbi Central, Aliero, has disclosed that the Nigerian military has finally flushed out the new terror group known as Lakurawa to Niger Republic. In a statement on Friday in Abuja, Aliero said the development took place on Tuesday following interventions from the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badaru, Chief of Defense Staff, and other critical stakeholders. The terror group had killed many indigenes of Kebbi State, a development that prompted Senator Aliero alongside other National Assembly members from the state to embark on fact-finding visits last week to the affected areas in Argungu and Ogi local government areas. Senator Aliero, who expressed satisfaction with the way the defense minister handled the situation, stressed the need for security agents to maintain presence in the affected areas to prevent a possible return of the terrorists. The National Assembly team donated 10 million naira to relatives of the deceased during the visit, according to the statement. To other stories, 9 persons have been arrested after the Lagos State Environmental and Special Offense Task Force raided the Ikotun BRT bus station in the state. The raid follows reports that the station has been taken over by illegal street vendors for commercial purposes. All items and wares displayed at the unauthorized location were seized, and the bus station and its surroundings sanitized of the menace caused by the activities of vendors who have converted the bus station and the public road for commercial purposes. According to the task force, the 9 suspects apprehended during the exercise will all be charged to court accordingly. Organizers of the Abuja Garden Show have advocated the need for the preservation and promotion of greenery within urban spaces in the nation's capital. At the 2024 editing of the show, stakeholders say they are addressing this issue head-on by showcasing a variety of horticultural designs and encouraging people to incorporate more greenery into their daily lives. Trust TV's Dorcas Yakubu has more in this report.
Held annually in the nation's capital, the Abuja Garden Show draws garden enthusiasts, professionals, environmentalists, and the public to celebrate the beauty of nature while raising awareness about the challenges of climate change and the vital role that plants play in mitigating its effects.
Well, this is my second year here. I've been lucky enough to be invited as a judge, and it's a really beautiful event. And I've watched it grow every year, so I'm very excited to have a weekend ahead where we can come and enjoy the plants, the fashion, the beautiful colours of Abuja and Nigeria.
And for me, really, at this time, it's very topical because, there's a lot of focus on the climate, a lot of focus on environment, a lot of focus on sustainability. So this is the perfect time. it not only helps the environment, it also draws a lot of people into Abuja.
So this is our third edition of the Abuja Garden Show, and it's been really great trying to put this together, especially seeing it today come to life, months of preparation, and everything. And I would say that this year's edition is by far better than the previous years, which is what we aim to achieve, be doing better every year.
The wife of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Dolapo Oshibanjo, emphasized the importance of gardening to the environment.
I imagine the air quality here is the best in Abuja, perhaps even the best in Nigeria, just because of the immense variety and density of trees and plants in this garden. Take a walk, look at the green, smell the fragrances, listen to the wind in the trees.
As Nigeria faces increasingly erratic weather patterns and the wider challenges of climate change, the Abuja Garden Shows offers an opportunity to educate the public on how to adapt to and mitigate the effects of these changes. Through its emphasis on sustainable gardening practices and climate resilience, the show inspires visitors to embrace nature in all its forms while encouraging actions that can help build a more sustainable future. Dorcas Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, the Adamawa state government is fostering stronger ties between Dangote Sugar Refinery and its host communities to resolve long-standing issues. Governor Umaru Fintiri revealed details of a productive meeting with the refinery's management in Newman during a recent press briefing. Gibson Swadiko reports.
Stakeholders from Savannah Sugar Refinery's host communities gathered at the company's hall for a crucial meeting convened by Governor Umaru Fintiri. The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to fostering dialogue for lasting, mutually beneficial solutions. Expressing optimism about the progress made, Fintiri outlined plans for government-led engagements in the communities to update residents on commitments from the company and reinforce efforts to improve their quality of life.
Issues around the sugar refinery here in Numan, Bari, Shelleng area, and Guyu. And I think we have really preferred solution which are going to be bottom up. We are now going back to the people, go back to the community, talk to them, tell them what they should expect from the investor and their future being addressed within the context of the entire program. Because I see the entire program being beneficial to my people. It will bring them out of misery, it will improve their fortune, and it will create employment and entrepreneurship and hope to our youths.
At the meeting, Secretary to the State Government, Awal Tukur, and Babangida Damari of the Nigerian Sugar Council commended the stakeholders for their active participation. They stressed the value of open dialogue in resolving challenges between the communities and the company, underscoring the immense potential for growth in Nigeria's sugar production and export sectors.
As you know, our governor is somebody who doesn't sit in the office and wait for problems to come. He has understood there are issues that need to be talked about, resolved, and come up with a common purpose. So he has moved somewhere.
As he said, the employment will multiply. We have what we call advanced scheme. The 287 hectares that we expected from Giwara, we were only to advance an average of 2 million to each individual in Adamawa.
The meeting focused on key issues, including integrating host communities into the company's programs, improving road access, and upgrading health and education infrastructure, all aimed at alleviating poverty in the area. Gibson Soadugu, Trust TV News, Yola.
On the foreign scene, the British government indicated on Friday that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu could be arrested on an international criminal court arrest warrant if he traveled to the United Kingdom. The ICC on Thursday issued arrest warrants for Netanyahu and ex-defense minister Yoav Gallant in response to accusations of crimes against humanity and war crimes in Israel's war on Hamas in Gaza, triggered by the militant Palestinian group's October 7, 2023 attack. Prime Minister Keir Starmer's spokesman refused to be drawn specifically on whether the UK police would detain Netanyahu, telling reporters he would not get into hypotheticals in relation to individual cases. But he added that the UK will always comply with its legal obligations as set out by domestic law and indeed international law. Britain signed the Rome Statute, the international treaty that created the ICC, in 1998 and ratified it 3 years later. The UK's ICC Act 2001 stipulates that when a government minister receives a request from the ICC for the arrest of an indictee, they shall transmit the request and the documents accompanying it to an appropriate court. In sports, Monday Odige has resigned from his position as the technical advisor of Nigerian Premier Football League side Bendel Insurance. Odige, according to reports, tendered his resignation to the club's secretary, Charles Iyekpem, on Thursday in Benin City. Bendel Insurance have endured a poor start to the 2024-2025 campaign. The Benin Arsenals have managed to record 3 wins, 3 draws and 6 defeats in 12 games this season. Bendel Insurance are bottom of the league table with 12 points. Odige guided Bendel Insurance to win the 2023 President's Federation Cup title. That concludes news update at this time. For more of our news, programs and documentaries, do well to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.